Hi, everyone. Welcome to this New Year's Eve edition of Wild Breakaway with Ben Clymer. I'm Audra Martin. The Wild will unfortunately end 2019 in the loss column, taking on one of the hottest teams in hockey in the Toronto Maple Leafs, who were averaging over 4 goals a game in the month of December, and they notched 4 here tonight. This is a tough way to end the year, but now it's just time to look ahead.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to. We knew it was going to be a tall task facing one of the most offensively gifted teams in all the National Hockey League, and we saw the way they could play in the first and second period, in particular before the Minnesota Wild started to button things up defensively. An enjoyable game from a fan's perspective. For the kids at home who were able to come on this early game, they certainly saw players they could take outside and try to emulate on the pond. But for the Minnesota Wild, players and staff in particular, not the outcome they wanted to wrap the year up with.
Yeah, the top 3 goal scorers for Toronto all had a goal here tonight, and Alexander Kerfoot notching one as well. So the 4-1 win for Toronto means that the Leafs swept the Wild for the first time in team history. The Leafs improved to 13-4-1 under their new head coach in Sheldon Keefe, and the Wild drop back-to-back games on home ice for the first time this season.
We played 2 really good teams, but I'm convinced watching them the first 37 games or 38 games that when we play our best and everybody plays their role, that we usually end up on the right side of the scoreboard.
So now this 4-game homestand will continue in 2020 with a Central Division showdown as the Winnipeg Jets come to downtown St. Paul for a little matinee of hockey Saturday, beginning at 12:30 on Wild Live on Fox Sports North. Right now, the Winnipeg Jets have cooled off a bit. Just 1 win in their last 6 games, and that 1 win, unfortunately for the Wild, was a doozy, a 6-0 loss to Winnipeg, so you know they're going to be looking for a little bit of redemption.
Yeah, Bruce Boudreau will have a short, easy, and quite curt discussion with the Minnesota Wild before that game. Should be easy to fix some of the flaws that he didn't like in the Minnesota Wild's first period, maybe that started to get better in the second, finally arrived in the third period, because if you're not ready for some of the the Winnipeg Jets offensive players, it can look a lot like the Toronto Maple Leafs with Wheeler, Laine, Scheifele, Connor, and others. You're going to have to be ready.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, the Wild will start over anew in 2020, looking to get back in the win column and end this 2-game skid in front of the home crowd. We hope to see you all next year for that game against the Jets. We hope everybody has a great and very safe New Year's Eve here tonight, and we will, of course, see you next year. For Ben Clymer, I'm Audra Martin. Thanks for joining us on Wild Breakaway.